Why aren't you all queuing up outside McDonald's, Burger King and KFC then? Why aren't you queuing up at their door if you all want a job so badly?
The government wants to revolutionise the welfare system, and it's targeting lone parents, the long-term unemployed and the sick.
I don't genuinely think that some of them are as poorly as what they're saying they are.
The bill for social security benefits keeps on rising. It's now more than all the income tax paid by British taxpayers put together.
Benefits scrounge your lone parent, blah, 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 blah. Sapping off system, can't be bothered to work. Staying at home and using the kids as an excuse. You've heard it all before, haven't you?
A fair system that is tough on the work-shy and supportive to those who are desperate to work has eluded all political parties.
And you have to conform, I'll just take you off the programme. End of story.
But I'm telling you now, if he speaks to me like that again, he'll get top of my head.
This government's radical idea is to award large contracts to private sector companies and charities and reward them for getting claimants into work.
You know, I've had people who said to me, Emma, I can't possibly take that job, thanks for finding me that job, but who's going to walk my dog? We want to work alongside somebody who wants our help, and together we'll find a way forward.
Paying by results has given rise to a new breed of benefit buster.
There is not one of you in this room that cannot go out and get a job tomorrow, and that is a fact.
There are 2.7 million people in Britain on the sick. They're paid more than the unemployed, and they don't have to look for a job. But that's all about to change. The government believes as many as 1 million people on the sick could do some kind of work. So they are reassessing every single claim. They think it could save them £7 billion a year. Kieran Tandy lives with his parents in Oldham. He's been on the sick for 3 years, ever since he injured his back on his 18th birthday.
Nearly everybody I know now is on job seekers. Nearly everybody. Because nobody can find work, so I wouldn't say I was embarrassed about it, no.
Today, Kieran is going for his medical reassessment, accompanied by his mum.
I think they're just trying to wheedle out the people who need it and the people who don't. But with Kieran's case, he does come across as being alright, do you know what I mean?
Fully able-bodied is the thing, when really I'm not, because I can't just bend over and pick something up without hesitating, can I?
No. There is a lot of people out there who are not poorly, but pretend to be.
His medical will be conducted by Atos, a French-owned private health company contracted by the government.
I don't have any choice of being on benefits, do I really? If I weren't on it, where would I be then? One of them guys lied in Oldham with a sleeping bag. It's like that.
OK, come on through. Just follow the seat, Kieran, if Mum can say.
Under the old system, family doctors issued sick notes to verify the claims of people like Kieran.
OK, have you been here before, Kieran? You have. Okay.
But the role of GPs has been replaced by approved medical examiners.
No, you're back. I'm just going to take some history off you now about what's been happening, OK? So you've got a back problem?
Yeah.
Right, OK, what was that from?
I fell from a balcony and
right, OK.
crushed the vertebrae in the bottom of my spine.
OK, and how long ago was that?
3 years in May.
OK. I bet that was painful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We thought he just bruised it at first.
Yeah.
Because he got up and was walking and everything when he did it, and then they came back with the x-rays and said no, he'd crushed it.
OK.
Before, like, I used to have a normal life, I did normal things. I went out with my friends and that. But now, like, my daily life involves me lying in bed, like, with tablets in me all the time, medicine, you know what I mean? That's all I do.
OK.
The examiner's questions are designed to measure Kieran's mobility.
And you came by car?
Yeah.
How long did that take?
Half an hour.
About 30 minutes?
Yeah.
OK.
The road weren't that bad this time. Usually it's always packed.
Where did you park?
What's it called? Victoria Station car park.
Right, so you've walked from there. How long did that take?
About 5-10 minutes. About 5-10 minutes.
And do you ever go to the local shop for a paper or stuff like that? And how often would you do that? Every couple of days? Or And you're all right on public transport or in your mum's car or something to get about?
It gets uncomfy, but I'm not one of them people to like moan about it or anything, you know.
Okay.
So it just, I like to try and sort myself out and it'll still be hurting, and then I just keep my gob shut, if you know what I mean. Whinging about a pain you've got in your back is not being a man, is it? I'm supposed to be a 20-year-old lad. I'm supposed to be able, old pain, aren't I? Like, I don't know.
Okay, I'm just going to examine you now, if that's okay. Can you just pop your coat off for me?
She's not interested in what he can't do. She's only interested in what he can do.
See, you know, when you're checking it as well, you'll have to check it while I'm sat down, because that's when it's worse, you know, when it pops out the most.
Okay, I'm not going to actually examine your back at all. Just want to see what your range of movement's like. Right. Okay, just pop your coat on the chair. First thing I want you to do is just stand in front of me, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay, you might have done this before. If you just bend down and go as far forward down as you can. Don't want you to do anything that's going to make you hurt.
I can't go anywhere, I can't do that at all, do you know what I mean?
Just have a little go, don't push it at all. That's lovely. Okay. Alright.
Come here, Mum.
Okay. Let your mum help you straight back up. Okay, do you want to carry on? Because we can leave it if you want to.
No, go on, carry on. Go on.
You sure?
Yeah. Oh, that was painful, that.
Okay.
Oh. I'll do it again and I'll show you like what it does. If you want, you should have felt it while it was popped out.
Okay, you want me to? Where? Here, okay. Alright, don't go any more.
How do you think how do I come across to you? That's what I want to know.
In terms of commenting on the medical, I literally record what I've seen in front of me. This report goes and some decision makers at Department of Work and Pensions will make a decision, as I said before.
I'll find out in a few weeks then.
Yeah, you will. You'll get a letter about your benefit.
Oh, so is that it then? Thank you.
Hopefully I haven't hurt you.
Thank you.
I reckon I'll get signed off.
3 days double talk.
Just pisses me off. Proper pisses me off. It's like being at school, but worse. You know, people telling you what to do, what you can and what you can't do all the time. I hate it. It's not to wheedle the ones who are really sick to the ones who aren't. It's just to save money. It's all about saving money to them. You know what I mean? I've been treated like I'm not even poorly, and I am. You know what I mean? I really do have a bad back, but I'm treated like I don't. You know, because I'm a young lad, and they think, oh, well, we'll just see how he goes on. You know, some knobhead sat in a fucking office all the time.
Under the new scheme, many people previously written off as too sick to work will have to seek appropriate employment. And the government has awarded private companies and charities contracts to run so-called pathways to work schemes for those now deemed capable of employment.
Hello, you're through to the Shaw Trust. I'm Marie speaking. How can I help you?
The Shaw Trust charity has won a contract worth nearly £6 million to run the Pathway scheme in Oldham. The trust is paid by the government for every person they find a job.
You're a young fit man and you're not off. Your health condition doesn't tell me that you're off work because you can't cope physically with a day's work.
Each employment advisor has a monthly target of finding work for 12 people. It's the middle of the month and Shaw Trust manager Colette is worried they are behind.
As it stands at the moment, Mohammed's on 4, Sarah's on 4, Sherry's on 4, Darren's on 2, Mudassir's on 2 and Tracy's on 2. But we've got 20 jobs that are still due to come in. But how are we going to maximise our outcomes this week?
Advisors who hit their target receive a £300 bonus.
Basically, I'd like to hit 40 jobs. I think we can. Okay, are we all ready to take the week by the scruff of the neck?
Yeah.
Madassa, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, is that Len? Hiya, love, it's Cherie at Shaw Trust in Oldham. Hiya, Wayne, it's Cherie at Shaw Trust, are you alright?
To be a good advisor, you need good sales skills. Cherie Jepson is a former car saleswoman and is Oldham's most successful employment advisor.
There's no weekends, and that's 11:30 till 7:30 Monday to Friday. Not everybody that comes here and sees me is really poorly. I can't deny it when I tell you sometimes you feel like you're flogging a dead horse or you're banging your head against a brick wall, because you do have them days, and we do have clients that we work with that we just cannot reach. Right, how many hours were you looking for? Right. They're on benefits. They're in the benefit system, and the chances are they will stay on it. The other one that we've got, which I don't feel would be a cup of tea, but I'll tell you what it is anyway, because it's quite an immediate start. I was in the last recession, and it's tough. And I experienced unemployment in the last recession. I was out of work for 6 months, and it was hard, and I ended up getting 2 part-time jobs. All we're doing at the moment is putting your names forward, and our key accounts will be in touch with you. But these are not obstacles uncommon to mankind. We've only got to look around the world. There's many people in a bad situation, but it's onwards and upwards. Right, all right then, I'll speak to you soon. See you, bye, bye.
Cherie will soon interview Kieran. She'll try to persuade him there are jobs he could do despite his disability.
There's no client that you can't help. I don't care what anybody says. There's nobody you can't help. If any of these vacancies appeal to you and you can get them into work, they can do it.
I don't want to bring a kid into the world when I'm on benefits myself. It's not right. In an ideal world, I'd love to have a family, like my own kids, get married and have a steady job where I've got money all the time. But it's all right wanting something, it's not always what you get, is it? You know what I mean? You have to accept that, so I have done.
Under the old system, Kieran didn't have to look for work and he received £100 a week. Now he'll have to agree with the Shaw Trust on an action plan to find work, and his benefit rate will be cut to £47.50 a week.
So how's your back when you're doing stuff like this?
Killing me.
This afternoon will be his first appointment at the Shaw Trust.
Can't live like this any longer, it's doing me head in. But it'll be worse if I have to go out and find a proper job, a normal, working in a warehouse. I bet I don't last 5 years before my back goes. Then I'll be in a wheelchair for the rest of it. You know what I mean?
How are things going to change with you, do you think?
To be honest, I have not got a clue. That does scare me, not never move on, just always, like, I don't know, always living here with my mum and dad. Can't do that. I was an active person, like, I like going raving, you know. Have you ever heard of a club called Uprising? Things like that. You've heard of Helter Skelter, haven't you? Must have heard of Helter Skelter, you're from down south. I was in Turkey for my 18th birthday with my mum, dad, sister and my cousin. Yeah, I'd gone out because everyone had gone to bed, and then when I come back, instead of going up the stairs, I tried climbing up the balcony, which I got to the balcony I needed to be at, but my balcony door was locked. So I tried climbing round onto my mum and dad's balcony and fell backwards. It just looked like I had 2 broken arms, that's all it looked like. until they told me about my back. And then when I tried sitting up, then I knew there was something up with my back because it was killing me. I've got an appointment at 1:45.
Okay, what's your name?
Kieran Tandy.
Okay, stay quick. Do you want to tell me a bit about your condition before I go into anything else?
What it is I fell off a balcony from the 3rd floor. I squashed my vertebrae in my spine. I've got rods like either side of my spine holding my spine up.
Did you do it on holiday, this?
Yeah, in Turkey. They told me not to let nobody in this country touch it. If anything ever goes on it, come back to Turkey and we'll try and sort it out for you.
Have you discussed this with your doctor or specialist?
My specialist knows he can't touch it. He was actually Turkish, Mr. Sofa, and he knew he couldn't touch
Why,
it.
did they use something different over there or something?
Over here, they said they'd have just put a brace on me. Well, when I was in Turkey, they said if they didn't operate then, I'd only walk for 5 years and then my back would give way on its own.
Right, I see.
So that was another reason that I won't.
So we can't do a job with any lifting, carrying, anything physical. How were you sitting down for periods of time?
I'm all right, but after a bit, I do have to stand up and, like, you know.
What is the long-term prognosis for this condition?
Right, what they do is...
long-term, what's going to be the result?
I'll get serious arthritis and in the end I won't be able to walk.
And have they given you a time period for that?
No. The doctor in Turkey said any time after you're 30 it can go.
How old are you?
I'm only 20. It happened when I was 18.
Right. The welfare benefit system is a good system and it's there to be taken advantage of by those who really, really need it. And that is why the government sets these different schemes up to get us to work with certain client groups who can sift the wheat from the chaff. Are you on medication and what have you at the moment?
Yeah, I've actually had them this morning, yeah.
Painkillers?
Yeah.
What's
dihydrocodeine. It's like the one before morphine.
Well, I'm afraid that's the position you're in, innit? So you're going to do what you can to alleviate the symptoms. But while you still can have a working life, I think we should be looking at it. You're not going to win everybody, but there's clients that I don't genuinely think that some of them are as poorly as what they're saying they are. But you can't come out to somebody and say that to them. You can't be accusing people and all the rest of it. And it's just a case of working with that someone and trying to alter their mindset for a few weeks. Right, love. So I'm going to say you're actually now, I would say, job ready for a part-time job that suits your condition. Not for any old job, yeah?
It's all right, them up there saying, yeah, and you can do this and you can do that. It's no good if you can't find a job, is it? You know what I mean? It's not that easy. It's just not that easy, is it?
It's about finding customers a job that suits the condition. So we don't write people off here. I'm certainly not writing Kieran off.
It is going to be harder for me, innit? Because they're more likely to text the person on next to me who don't have a bad back, aren't they, than me who does have a bad back. You understand? It's like, I don't know.
Do you think you can get Kieran back into work?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. He's got a lot going for him. The council and people like that, they take people with disabilities on all day long, as does our company, so there's enough of it about.
How soon do you reckon it is before you're in work and you find a job?
In Oldham? Never. There's no jobs, is there?
I'd like to see him in work in the next 12 weeks, if not sooner.
Today, Cherie is talking to a group of claimants who she thinks are job ready.
I did say yeah.
People on benefits who she considers fit enough to go into work.
If it's 30 hours, I'm all right. Yeah,
Cherie earns £2,000 a month, so the £300 she receives if she hits her target of getting 12 clients into work is a 15% bonus.
Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to run through these vacancies that we've got here. Let's have a look where we're up to. Century Seal, UPVC, home improvements. These are looking for canvassers, 200 basic plus commission. What? It says, this printed right, it says all canvassers are expected to achieve 3 enquiries per week.
Yeah.
God, I used to have to get 5 a day when I were doing it. You can't get 3 enquiries a week, there's something wrong. Definitely.
I think Cherie, the way it happens, I think a lot of Cherie's customers tend to be inspired to actually change their lot, if you like, because she does challenge them about, you know, what they've been doing, how long they envisage themselves being on sickness-related benefit, and whether there is anything they can do to improve their lives, basically.
Carcraft, who fancies selling cars? 12,000 per annum basic plus commission. There will be a company car with that as well, so that's the perks of the job. No one fancies selling cars? I've sold all sorts, mate. I've sold cars as well. Now, again, a chance to make some serious money. I know loads of people that work in sales that drive nice cars, that have got big houses. You know, these things are achievable. But there's some things that you have to try.
I think quite a few of us applied for this about 2 months ago, and we've heard nothing back.
Right.
A lot of the time, most people in here, you'll find out nobody replies to you.
Yeah.
You need to follow that up.
Yeah, I'll write it down.
Yeah, we'll chase that up.
Cherie has to persuade rather than compel people to look for work.
Who's sick of being skint, for crying out loud? Who's sick of being skint? Put your hands up. We're all sick of being skint.
She's very good at selling the product. She's a saleswoman. She can sell the product because we are selling a product. We're selling a better life for people, which, you know, who doesn't want that? Everybody wants a better life.
I mean, look at you, Marcus. You've applied for absolutely everything. I mean, the fact is, it is one of the most difficult places in the country. It's all they keep telling us, Oldham, to get a job at the moment. But you've got to be in it to win it, haven't you? You've got to show that employer that you really want that job.
Yeah.
You need to be looking at it. Or else I'm not being funny, you're not going to get a job. It's not a case of being hard with them. I'm just trying to put options before them. These people are employable. We can all do something. So it's not like they're applying for something that they can't do. Maybe if they've got a bad foot or leg or, whatever it is, they can still sit behind a desk. And some of them will be really, really good at it.
Clients with depression or an addiction are especially difficult to place in work. Mandy is on her way to meet her Shaw Trust advisor, Sarah.
Right, Mandy. What do you know about Shaw Trust and what we do? Okay, how did you hear about us then?
The job centre.
Mandy has been on the sick for 5 years. She was abused by an elder relative when she was growing up and has had serious emotional problems since.
Right, do you know what sort of work you want to go back into?
Cooking,
right.
Making jewellery. And that's it.
Right, okay. What we'll do is we'll work through the system today and find out as much as we can about you.
And
go on.
Working with pets.
Right, so animals and things like that. Right.
Because everybody says I'm brilliant with dogs and cats.
Okay, so what are you claiming your benefit for?
I've got depression.
Right.
I've got depression, anxiety.
Yeah.
And a trapped nerve in my back.
Right.
But on my doctor's records, I'm classed as alcoholic.
Right.
But I've given it up.
Right.
I took myself off it about last year.
Right. So do you not drink at all now?
I have a bottle every fortnight. I can buy a bottle and it can be in the fridge.
Right.
And I don't even have to drink it the same day.
Right. So how ready do you feel for work, Mandy?
Right.
How ready do you feel for work?
I won't go back now.
Right. Hopefully, over the time I work with her, she will end up with a full-time job.
How long do you think it would take her to get into full-time?
I would say about 12 months. About 12 months until she's ready.
My boyfriend, he's the only guy I've told about my past.
Right.
But he's the only one I can
That's
trust.
good though, isn't it? At least you've got somebody, haven't you, to turn to, because you probably need a little bit more help with counselling and things, don't you, really?
I really need
Because you probably need
get-
to talk about your problems and get them out in the open so that you feel more comfortable in yourself, don't you?
The person who did it to me is dead. I can't bring them back. I can't bring my mum back, and I can't bring him back.
No. Okay, so I want you to have a word with you. Are you okay? You're getting warm now.
No, I'm
Do you want some
getting
water?
upset. No,
Are you
I'm
sure? Do
getting
you want another
upset.
drink?
Yeah.
What do you want? Tea?
Sick of it. I've been running away from my problems all my life, and I'm sick of it.
What kind of work do you think you can do?
Work in a cafe, work in a shop, cleaning, anything. I won't go back into care.
As part of the agreed action plan with Cherie, Kieran has to write a CV.
Spare time activities.
Lying in bed.
Kieran's dad Ian is a full-time lorry driver and has worked all his life.
I have a boring life. The boringest of the boring.
I don't know why. When you were a kid, I made sure you did things and everything.
Yeah, it's because there is nothing to do.
Yeah, I'm sure you could go swimming and stuff.
Swimming's just not me. Me is working all week, waiting for the weekend, then working all week again.
What?
Well, that's what I want to do. That's what I did when I had a job.
Well, there you go then.
But no, I can't do because I ain't got a job to do that. So no, all I do is just do nothing. Yeah,
Paint a picture, do anything. I think the thing is with Kieran, and it's not just Kieran because he said like his mates and everything, they're just stuck in a rut, all of them. It's like, there's nothing to do. Nobody's bringing us anything to do. That's what it is, I think.
So swimming and painting a picture?
No, that's just easy things I just said to you, Kieran.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's not that easy, Dad.
I know it's not that easy, but it's a lot easier than I think to have a good time, isn't it?
No.
It is. It hurts me saying the stuff I'm saying because his back's there, but even so, I still feel there's other stuff you could be doing.
I don't know. There's not, is there?
There is, Kieran. There is other stuff.
Yeah, there is.
Get an interest. Me and your mum go to work, I get up at 5:30 in the morning and it annoys me that I'm coming home to you in bed and I have to even lift you out of bed some days. But it pisses me off, it proper does, Kate.
I've always said this to you. If I had the money to just move out tomorrow, I would. But I just don't.
Yeah, because money doesn't just pop up from nowhere, it has to come from somewhere.
You know, but I don't know.
Don't be falling out with me now because it's instinct.
I'm not falling out with you, I'm not. This is all stuff I've already thought of myself, it's just I've never had anybody tell me. I don't know how to explain how I'm feeling, because everything he said is right, but everything he said is right. There's, you know what I mean, I have to go out and I have to do things, I have to get a job, things like that. So, I don't know. My next step is still finding a job. I can't move out until I find a job. Don't get enough money to support myself, do I?
what I wanted to do first was just kind of look at the typical customer.
The government is taking a gamble. By forcing people off the sick, it will save money. But if jobs can't be found for those people, it faces the political embarrassment of greatly adding to the official number of unemployed. It's a huge challenge for the Shaw Trust team in Oldham.
But I had that sort of rapport with him where I could do that. You can't do that with all your customers.
Stuff that you've been doing, Cherie.
Manager Colette thinks her best hope lies with her top advisor, Cherie.
Do you think there is a typical customer?
They generally come in and they're in a negative frame of mind.
I think some of the family put them down as well, don't they? You know, like by saying, why do you want to go back to work? What do you want to go to work for?
Yeah, that about family and friends, I think sometimes they don't want to see them get on.
Family pressure, peer pressure.
Yeah.
So you think that's typical, or do you think that some people might have low self-esteem, low confidence?
Yeah, they've got, yeah. They think that there's nothing that they can do, don't they? Just because they've got a particular what it is, because they have a particular job in mind, or they think that the only job they can do is the job that they did before they got ill. So they're blinkered, aren't they?
So sell our service to me, I'm your customer.
I sell them the package, I sell them the fact, you know, that we can get them back into work, because that is it. I'm confident that we can get that person back into work. I sell them the support that we're going to be giving to them, in work support, etc. But I believe in what I'm selling as well, so I'm enthusiastic in my approach. I have a laugh with my customers and a giggle. I might talk about, you know, my daughter, drop her into conversation if they start talking about their children. Because I don't know, but I think as human beings, if you give a little bit of yourself, people are more inclined to give a bit back to you. And they kind of get to be friends with you, some of them.
But also, one of the things I would stress to you all is to make sure you offer your customers a coffee, tea, chocolate, whatever they want.
The workload is never ending, and some cases are complex.
How are you?
I'm tired today.
I am too. We were on a little old tramadol last night and it's made me a bit
Let's get your details up, love.
Norman has never claimed benefits before. A skilled painter and decorator, he worked all his life. But now he has osteoarthritis, and 3 months ago an operation on his foot left him with restricted mobility.
So it says you've been claiming income support since the 12th of the 11th. Were you working up until then?
on and off. Not so much, not so much for 2 years, really. You know. So I've gone into savings for 2 years.
How old are you now?
I'm 57 this year.
Right.
See, if I could just explain to you now. I'm very good at what I do.
Yeah.
I used to. Well, you know, I'm a master.
Difficult to return to that now.
But I want to do it. I still want to do it. I like the job. It's therapy for me.
Right.
The only thing that I can see is having customers that know my condition, and I can just do a bit and take my time.
So you may just have to do it.
I can't make it today because I'm bad. You get what I mean? But I don't need too much now. But if you could just do me a few things either way of them, you know, could you?
I'll write them down for you before you go.
Thanks. Sorry.
Right.
Sorry if I'm interrupting you.
No,
You're all right. I mean, I couldn't see nobody employing me. You know. I'm 57 next. I've always more or less worked for myself, and I've got disabilities now where I don't know from one day to the next how I'm going to be.
Have you got a CV, curriculum vitae?
No. I've always had a good name in what I do, you know, and...
You've worked for yourself almost,
yeah, that's what I mean, you know.
About 15 years, is it?
Sorry?
How long have you worked for yourself?
Since I've been about 26, 27.
Right, so 25 years.
We were a bit rushed. You're wondering if half is rushing around to get a quick result, you know, and just might be at any cost get people back to work just for performance levels of Shaw Trust.
So you're looking on a part-time basis, really, aren't you?
Yeah. Just at the moment, I'm not looking to be greedy of any sense. I want to do something. I don't want to stagnate, even with what I've got. You know, and if you don't use it, you lose it more. You know, you lose mobility more. So I just want to do what I can do. You know.
I mean, they say we shouldn't be ageist, but I mean, I'm sorry, but I don't think the world really works like that, does it?
Whatever I'll be able to do, rest assured, I will do. You know, because I want to go back to work.
I wouldn't like to have to be in that situation myself, to have to change at that age. I wouldn't like to have to do it. You've got everything in there that you need. I don't think he's well enough to go back into the industry that he once worked in because he's been a painter and decorator. However, I've got to support him if that's what he wants to do and just let him see how he gets on. That's fine, love. Thanks very much. Cheers, thanks.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't know.
How are you, Mandy?
Fine.
Right. Okay, let me just go into this for you. I had a look on RSPCA for you.
Oh yeah, I was go
There's a form we need to fill in. Do you want me to fill it in with you while you're here?
Every client on the Pathways to Work scheme is expected to prepare for work. But for Mandy, progress remains slow.
I knew you didn't.
I don't mind them, it's just filling them in.
I knew you didn't like forms, so I thought,
It's just filling them in.
At what times are you available for volunteering? Are you flexible? Do you just want to do weekdays? Do you just want to do evenings? Do you just want to do daytime, or do you just want to do weekends?
In the afternoon.
In the daytime. She hasn't got much work experience, to be honest with you. She's not worked for the past 10 years or so, so really I would say no, she isn't quite ready for work. That's why I've referred her to do volunteering, just to see how she goes on with her timekeeping and things like that. And then we'll go from there with full-time employment or part-time employment. That's done for you.
Thank you.
So you can pop that in whenever you're ready and bring me that back. Is that all right?
Yep.
And I'll give you that to take away with you because it just says what they're looking for volunteers in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that they know where you've got that from.
Yep.
There you go, Mandy, we're all done.
See you next.
See you later. And let me know how you get on, okay?
Yep.
All right then.
See you later.
See ya.
Sarah's just filled the application form in for me to go to the RSPCA. Just need something to do. If I get this, be one step closer. It'll give me something to look forward to. And start my life fresh. It's not easy for people like me to find a job who suffer from depression, who have drinking problems. It's not easy finding a job.
I think she needs to get her life sorted out first and then look for a job. She needs somebody who can spend a good hour with her every week or something like that, you know, and concentrate on Mandy rather than Mandy getting a job, Mandy's new house, Mandy's this. Somebody who can concentrate on Mandy.
Kieran is applying for an office administrator's job that Cherie wanted him to try for, but he's struggling with the application form.
You think I should put the reason for leaving my first job?
Well, what was the reason for leaving your first job?
Because I was 16, I was drinking all the time, weren't I? Going in like this. Twisted out my brain still from the night before. I don't know what to put.
Yeah, you can't really put that.
I just put laid off. Yeah, laid off.
It's the first job he's applied for in the last 3 years.
If you think you're crap at doing your CV, can you imagine if you're doing report writing or filing or something like that? It's not going to work. And there's no point in you applying for this job. Well, I personally don't think, because you don't meet the specification. So there's no point, is there, really?
You're saying I don't fit the specification. That is really the only job that I can do. Admin and office. Do you know, that's what I'm saying.
We understand
that. It's all right, the government saying you need to get a job and you need to get off the sick and everything, but I don't have the qualifications to do the job that I need to do. Do you know what I'm saying? It's bollocks, man. It is proper bollocks. The government are forcing you into things that you can't do.
But that's why we're here to help
the jobs that I can do, that I could do them, I'd probably get away with doing them for about 8 months, and then I'd be in a wheelchair, I'd be fucked.
Yeah, that's why I'm guiding you to do evening classes, to do your basic numeracy and literacy. That will build your confidence up, and you get a sort of qualification. You will get a qualification in that.
Going back to college and that, I was never good in school, you know what I mean? I couldn't handle it now, I'm 20-year-old, it's like, that's what I'm trying to say to you. It's like
you will sort out
all the jobs that I did before, I can't do again.
Yeah, it's not an issue.
I can't do normal jobs, which a normal job is grafting in a warehouse or working on a site or something like that. I can't do nothing like that. I can't do no cleaning jobs. The only jobs I can do is sitting down. I don't have the qualifications to do that. So what do they expect me to do? You know what I mean? They just... Do you want to see my scar? And like how it all pops out and it's twisted. Do you want to see it?
Go on then.
Obviously I want to work, fuck me. I'd love to be able to just go out and find some warehouse job for £200 a week, do you know what I mean? And just live off that. But it's not that simple, is it?
It's a cruel world we live in. You know, these people go through some terrible experiences. You know, so if we can hold their hands for a bit until they're there, then great, and then eventually have their own wings and be able to fly, won't they?
Hello, you're through to the Shore Trust. I'm Marie speaking. How can I help you?
It's the end of the month at the Shore Trust, and none of the advisors have hit their targets. Between them, they've managed to get 33 people into jobs, but their target was 60. It means there won't be any bonuses paid this time.
We had an hard month. It's quite frustrating, really, because we always work really hard on this contract, and when you've worked dead hard all month, and you don't get the results that you're looking for, you feel like everything you've done's been in vain. You haven't done your job.
I don't want the same thing to happen this month that happened last month, which was that we were struggling to get everything in.
I just missed my target, didn't I? Just because of that one.
Yeah, you did. You did miss your target.
I don't know if I missed it by 1 or 2, but it's 12 jobs per advisor, and normally I smash that, so I'm not happy with it. One at worst months I've had.
Yeah, it is one of the worst months you've had, but you've still done pretty well, to be honest. What do you think's achievable this month?
I'd like to get 15 in this month.
See what you're on now?
I might getting 20 in.
So I think 20 is an achievable target for you.
I reckon so, and I'll do. I can't find these jobs for them. It's not my job to spoon feed these people. Got about 100 and odd what I would call job-ready clients, and I reckon a third of them are probably doing what they should be doing. The other 2/3, although in my opinion they are job-ready, they're being lazy about finding a job, and they'll come in here and they'll still tell me they ain't got a job. I'm sorry, but I mean, it's tough.
Do you think the government's new system's going to work?
Well, I don't know how successful it'll be. However, the government's doing something proactive about people on benefits. Difficult time, we've got a recession. Our job's doubly hard because we work with people on sickness-related benefits, and when there's a recession on, who they're going to choose realistically. So we've got a lot of work to do with our customers.
What? You know, want me to go down here? Yeah. Alright.
6 weeks after his medical assessment, Kieran has received the news he dreaded most. He's been declared fully fit for work. He will no longer be classed as sick and will formally join the ranks of the unemployed. It means the officials didn't accept that he has a disability.
Kieran needs some quality of life, and I don't think the road these are trying to send him down is going to ever do that for him. 2, 3, hey! Kieran with that. The leg can't bend down. He can't get up when he does. He's in pain, he's constantly on painkillers. And I know Kieran wants to work, and I know he says he does, and I go along with everything he says. But I don't think he should work, and I don't think he can work.
We'll do some gardening for Grandad.
And I swear to God, these people that say, oh well, you can go to work. I bet if he were there, son, he won't be going to fucking work. And we've worked and we pay national insurance and our taxes. That lad needs to be on the sick, concentrating on putting himself right.
Yeah, Ben, watch.
He just presumed that there's a system in place for this. And what sort of system is it? It's definitely not working.
Do you think the welfare state is ever going to be perfect? Will it
No. No. Because it's run by imperfect men. We live in an imperfect world. So no, it won't be. And we have to allow for imperfection to some degree, don't we?
For help and support on any of the issues featured in tonight's programme, visit channel4.com and search for Benefit Busters. Next up, a fancy message from...